you think trees just stand still, looking quiet, green, and harmless? Think again. Some twist into impossible shapes, some bleed red sap like they are alive, and others are so dangerous that even touching them can be fatal.
Parents tonight to watch out for a deadly seed from an Asian plant, sometimes called tree.
That's great.
Okay, you okay? Please, come on.
Around the world, there are trees that explode, poison, walk, survive for thousands of years, or grow where nothing else should exist.
Manchineel tree, or the beach apple. This tree is so toxic, end your life.
They look unreal, they break the rules, and in many cases, science still cannot fully explain how they do it. Number 15. The sandbox tree. Native to the tropical rainforests of Central and South America, the sandbox tree is one of the most bizarre and dangerous trees on Earth. At first glance, it may look harmless, with its large glossy leaves and small pale green flowers. But this tree has developed some of the most extreme defense mechanisms found in nature. The sandbox tree can grow between 15 and 21 meters tall, but its most shocking feature is its fruit. Each fruit is sealed inside a hard shell filled with seeds and sticky pulp. When the fruit ripens, it does not simply fall to the ground. Instead, it explodes with tremendous force, launching its seeds at speeds of up to 240 kilometers per hour. This violent dispersal has earned it the nickname the dynamite tree. The explosion helps protect the seeds from animals while also spreading them far across the forest floor. If its explosive fruit were not enough, the sandbox tree has another layer of danger. Every part of the tree is poisonous. Its seeds contain a powerful toxin that can cause severe reactions if ingested. In some regions, local communities carefully use the tree's latex in traditional medicine, but only with extreme caution. In other cultures, the seeds are even turned into jewelry, though this delicate process requires great care to avoid exposure to the toxic substances inside. Number 14. The suicide tree. While most trees are associated with life and growth, the suicide tree carries a far darker reputation. Known locally as Othalunga, this species is found across Southeast Asia and is most common in India. At first glance, the tree appears ordinary, and much of it is harmless. The danger lies in its fruit. The suicide tree produces a round fruit containing seeds that are extremely toxic. Just one seed can be fatal, capable of stopping the human heart within 1 or 2 days if left untreated. In several regions, these seeds have been tragically used for self-harm, earning the tree its grim name. In some areas, cases linked to the tree have occurred as frequently as once per week, highlighting a serious public health concern. The toxins found in the seeds are especially difficult to treat. Victims often experience severe symptoms including vomiting, excessive sweating, irregular heart rhythms, and eventual cardiac failure. The lack of accessible mental health care in parts of the region has contributed to the continued misuse of this deadly plant. Number 13. The chained oak. Throughout history, people have attached deep meaning, fear, and superstition to them. Few examples capture this better than the chained oak, an ancient tree located near the village of Alton in Staffordshire, England. This oak is believed to be more than 1,000 years old and is surrounded by a chilling legend passed down for generations. The most well-known version of the story dates back to the 19th century, when the Earl of Shrewsbury owned the nearby Alton Towers estate. According to the tale, the Earl encountered an elderly woman while walking through the forest late one night. She asked him for a small favor, either food or a coin, but he refused her coldly. The woman is said to have placed a curse upon him, declaring that he would lose one of his children for every branch that fell from the oak. Terrified, the Earl ordered his servants to wrap heavy iron chains around the tree's branches to prevent them from breaking. From that moment on, the tree became known as the chained oak. Over time, the legend grew darker. Stories spread that the Earl's family suffered a series of tragedies, including the deaths of several children. Although high child mortality was common during that period, locals attributed these losses to the curse rather than to disease or harsh living conditions. Legends, once formed, have a powerful way of shaping belief. Today, the chained oak is still considered haunted by many. Some visitors touch the tree in hopes of receiving good luck, while others avoid it entirely, fearing it brings misfortune. Whether fact or folklore, the chained oak remains one of England's most unsettling and mysterious trees. Number 12. The quiver tree. At first glance, the quiver tree looks like something from another world. With its thick trunk and spiky branches, it appears more like an alien structure than a living plant. Yet these unusual trees grow naturally on rocky formations across southern Africa, particularly in Namibia and South Africa. In Namibia, the quiver tree is so iconic that it even appears on the country's 50-cent coin. Despite its tree-like appearance, the quiver tree is not technically a tree at all. It is a species of aloe that can grow more than 9 meters tall and live for over 300 years. Its unique structure allows it to survive in harsh, arid environments where few plants can endure. For centuries, indigenous San communities have used the quiver tree for practical purposes. Its hollow branches were traditionally carved into quivers for arrows, which is how the tree earned its name. The roots have also been used in traditional medicine to help treat conditions such as asthma and tuberculosis. One of the most mysterious aspects of the quiver tree is its ability to self-amputate. When a branch becomes diseased or during periods of extreme drought, the tree can deliberately shed parts of itself. While this may seem destructive, it is a survival strategy that allows the tree to conserve resources and live for centuries. Those who wish to see these strange plants up close can visit the quiver tree forest near the town of Keetmanshoop in southern Namibia. There, the trees grow unusually close together, creating a landscape that feels both ancient and otherworldly. It remains one of the only places on Earth where quiver trees form a true forest, making it a rare and unforgettable sight. Number 11. The dragon blood tree. Found only on the remote island of Socotra, off the coast of Yemen, the dragon blood tree is one of the most striking and mysterious trees on Earth. Its dense, upturned crown spreads outward like a giant umbrella, giving entire groves an otherworldly appearance. These trees grow across rocky mountains and limestone plateaus and can live for more than 600 years. The dragon blood tree gets its name not from its age, but from its dark red resin, often referred to as dragon's blood. When the bark is cut, the sap oozes out in a deep crimson color, making it appear as though the tree is bleeding. For centuries, this resin has been highly valued. It has been used in traditional medicine to treat ailments such as wounds, fevers, ulcers, and digestive illnesses. Beyond medicine, it has also been used as a dye and varnish, with legends claiming it contributed to the rich red finish of historic instruments like Stradivarius violins. Despite its cultural and scientific importance, the dragon blood tree is under serious threat. Increased development, tourism, and industrial activity on Socotra have led to habitat loss. At the same time, overgrazing by livestock has made it difficult for young trees to grow and replace aging ones. Although the island has been designated a protected World Heritage Region, it remains unclear whether these measures will be enough to secure the future of this ancient and remarkable species. Number 10. The Bujum tree. The first time people see the Bujum tree, many do not believe it is a tree at all. It rises straight out of the Baja California desert as a tall, thin column with no obvious branches and no familiar shape. It does not look alive in the way trees are supposed to look. It resembles a giant cactus or a solid pillar of flesh standing alone in a landscape where almost nothing survives. To some observers, it looks wrong, as if it does not belong there. The Bujum tree grows in one of the hottest and driest regions of North America. Rain is scarce. The soil is harsh. Most plants fail quickly, yet this tree stands upright, sometimes reaching heights that make it visible from far away. Scientists believe the tree's inner wood is unusually soft, which allows it to grow upward without breaking. Instead of spreading outward, it concentrates all its growth into a narrow vertical form. The leaves of the Bujum tree are small and tightly packed against its surface. They form a thin layer around the trunk that helps limit water loss. What makes the Bujum tree unsettling is how unfamiliar it looks despite being real. In a desert known for killing life quickly, this strange, rigid form continues to stand and defy expectations. Number 9. The rainbow eucalyptus. The rainbow eucalyptus is a fast-growing and towering tree that can reach heights of up to 75 meters, but its size is not what makes it famous. What truly sets this tree apart is its extraordinary multicolored bark. As the smooth outer bark peels away in thin strips, it reveals vivid layers beneath in shades of green, orange, red, blue, and purple. This striking effect is most dramatic in the tropical rainforests of Indonesia, the Philippines, and Papua New Guinea, where the tree is native. Trees grown outside this environment often display much duller colors. The constantly changing hues are caused by a natural bark renewal process. Newly exposed bark appears green due to chlorophyll and briefly carries out photosynthesis. Over time, sunlight and air trigger chemical changes that slowly transform the color before the next layer forms and the cycle begins again. The renewing bark helps protect the tree from pests, disease, intense sunlight, and harsh tropical weather. The rainbow eucalyptus also plays an important ecological role by preventing soil erosion and supporting local wildlife. Its strong wood is widely used in construction and paper production. Number 8. Pando, the trembling giant. At first glance, it looks like a vast forest stretching across the landscape. But in reality, Pando is a single living organism and one of the largest on Earth. What appears to be tens of thousands of trees are actually genetically identical quaking aspens, all connected by one massive underground root system. This extraordinary organism is made up of approximately 47,000 individual trunks, which mostly reproduce not by seed, but by sprouting directly from the shared roots. This process creates what scientists call a clone. The name Pando comes from Latin and means "I spread," an accurate description of how this living giant has expanded over time. Pando has been growing in Fish Lake National Forest in Utah for at least 80,000 years, making it one of the oldest living organisms known. Despite surviving countless climate shifts, it is now in serious danger. In recent decades, the forest has been steadily declining, and researchers fear it could eventually disappear. The main problem lies with new growth. Young saplings are repeatedly eaten by deer and cattle before they can mature. This imbalance has been building for more than a century, largely because humans hunted many of the region's top predators that once kept deer populations under control. At the same time, cattle are still legally allowed to graze in the area, further damaging the fragile ecosystem. Scientists believe that with careful management and relatively small changes, Pando could recover. Without intervention, however, this ancient and irreplaceable organism may slowly fade away, taking tens of thousands of years of natural history with it. Number 7. The banyan tree. Most trees grow straight upward, reaching for sunlight in a single location. The banyan tree defies this rule entirely. Instead of growing only upward, it expands outward, spreading across the land in a way that makes it appear almost alive and moving. A single banyan tree can cover more than 1,300 square meters, roughly the size of a city block. Its branches can rise to heights of up to 80 meters, creating a vast canopy that feels more like a forest than a single organism. This remarkable expansion happens when the tree drops seeds onto nearby trees. As the seeds grow, they send roots downward, eventually enveloping and replacing their hosts. Over time, these roots thicken into pillar-like supports that resemble new trunks. Because of this growth pattern, banyan trees are often called strangler figs, or walking trees, as they appear to slowly advance across the landscape. Yet their mystery goes beyond biology. In India, banyan trees are deeply sacred in Hindu culture and are seen as symbols of life, wisdom, and continuity. At the same time, they carry a darker historical legacy. During British colonial rule, banyan trees were used as sites for public executions, forever tying them to memories of resistance and loss. This dual role of reverence and tragedy has shaped a powerful cultural relationship between the banyan tree and the people of India. It is for these reasons that the banyan was chosen as the national tree after independence, standing as a symbol of endurance, complexity, and intertwined history. Number 6. The Wollemi pine. The Wollemi pine is considered a living fossil and is one of the rarest and oldest tree species on Earth. It was discovered in the year 1994 in a remote canyon within Wollemi National Park in Australia. Despite its recent discovery, this tree has existed for an almost unimaginable length of time. The Wollemi pine belongs to the same ancient family as the monkey puzzle tree and the bunya pine. Its dark green, fern-like leaves grow in a distinctive spiral pattern along its branches. What truly sets this tree apart, however, is its age. Fossil evidence suggests the species dates back to the age of the dinosaurs, nearly 200 million years ago, offering scientists a rare glimpse into ancient ecosystems that once covered the planet. Today, only a small population of Wollemi pines survives in the wild. To protect it from disease and human interference, the exact location of the original trees is kept strictly secret. Conservation programs are now focused on preserving the species and carefully propagating new trees in controlled environments, ensuring this ancient survivor does not vanish again. Number 5. The Wawona tree. Once one of the most famous and photographed trees in Yosemite National Park, the Wawona tree stood in Mariposa Grove among towering giant sequoias. What made it truly unique was a tunnel carved directly through its massive base, wide enough for vehicles to pass through. The tunnel was created in the late 19th century as a way to attract tourists to the grove. At the time, driving through a living tree became a symbol of adventure and progress, and long before social media existed, it was one of the most popular photo opportunities in the park. For decades, countless visitors passed through the tree, amazed by the sheer scale and novelty of the experience. Over time, however, attitudes began to change. Concerns grew about the damage caused by vehicle traffic and the long-term impact on the tree and its surrounding environment. In the year 1969, the tunnel was closed to cars, though pedestrians were still allowed to walk through it. Sadly, the Wawona tree did not survive forever. In the year 2017, it collapsed during a powerful snowstorm, bringing an end to one of the park's most iconic landmarks. While the tree itself is gone, Mariposa Grove remains home to many other extraordinary giants, standing as a reminder of both nature's resilience and its limits. Number 4. The Methuselah tree. Methuselah is one of the oldest known living trees on Earth and one of the most extraordinary organisms ever discovered. It is a Great Basin bristlecone pine growing high in the White Mountains of California. Scientists have confirmed its age at more than 4,800 years, making it the oldest known non-clonal tree with a verified lifespan. What allows Methuselah to survive for so long is the harsh environment it inhabits. Bristlecone pines grow in rocky, arid soils, exposed to powerful winds, extreme temperatures, and very little rainfall. Ironically, these brutal conditions slow the tree's growth to an almost imperceptible pace. Each year adds only a thin layer of wood, creating an extremely dense structure that resists insects, fungi, and decay. Over thousands of years, the tree's trunk has twisted, bent, and fractured under environmental stress. Large portions of the tree have died, yet a single living branch continues to sustain the entire organism. This ability to survive with only part of itself alive is one of the great mysteries behind its longevity. Methuselah is still alive today, growing quietly in isolation. Its exact location is kept secret by the United States Forest Service to protect it from vandalism and damage caused by tourism. This secrecy is considered essential, especially after the tragic fate of another ancient bristlecone pine known as Prometheus, which was cut down in the 1960s and later found to be even older. Beyond its age, Methuselah is a living archive of Earth's history. Scientists study the tree's growth rings to reconstruct ancient climates, including droughts and volcanic events that occurred thousands of years ago. In this way, Methuselah is not just a tree, but a record of the planet's past. There is also something deeply philosophical about its existence. Methuselah began growing before the pyramids were completed, before written language was widespread, and long before modern civilization emerged. While empires rose and fell, this tree remained, standing silently against time. It serves as a reminder of patience, resilience, and the enduring power of nature, quietly challenging how humans understand age, survival, and permanence. Number 3. The Tree of Life. Standing alone in the desert of Bahrain is an acacia tree that has become one of the greatest botanical mysteries on Earth. Known as Shajarat al-Hayat, or the Tree of Life, this tree is believed to be around 400 years old. What makes it extraordinary is not its age, but the fact that it survives completely isolated in an environment where almost nothing else can grow. The Tree of Life sits atop a sandy hill roughly 10 kilometers from the nearest city, surrounded by barren desert with no visible source of water. Despite extreme heat and dry conditions, the tree has continued to grow for centuries. Scientists believe its roots may extend deep underground, possibly reaching hidden water reserves. But no definitive explanation has ever been confirmed. Because of this, the tree has become a powerful symbol of resilience and endurance. Local legends claim its survival is miraculous, with some stories attributing it to divine intervention. These myths have only added to its cultural and spiritual importance, turning the Tree of Life into a site of pilgrimage, tourism, and wonder. Whether sustained by unseen natural forces or something still not fully understood, the Tree of Life remains a living reminder that nature often refuses to follow the rules we expect. Alone in the desert, it stands as a symbol of strength, perseverance, and mystery in the face of impossible odds. Number 2. The Elephant Oak. The elephant oak is not an ordinary tree, but a remarkable blend of nature, art, and imagination. Located in Kensington Gardens in London, it is the sculpted trunk of an oak tree that lived for nearly 900 years. Rather than being left to decay, the ancient trunk was transformed into a magical work of art filled with carved faces, tiny doorways, and figures that seem to suggest elves, fairies, and other mythical creatures live within. The original oak came from Richmond Park as a donation from Lady Fortescue and was sculpted and painted by illustrator Ivor Innes. The transformation took 2 years to complete and was unveiled in the year 1930. That same year, an illustrated children's book inspired by the elephant oak was released, helping to cement its place in British cultural history. Over the decades, the elephant oak has become far more than a sculpture. It is a symbol of creativity and renewal, showing how something ancient and no longer living can be reborn in a new form. Children are especially drawn to it, using the tree as a place to play, imagine, and dream. It has also become a gathering point for visitors who come not only to enjoy the gardens, but to experience the sense of wonder the sculpture creates. The elephant oak has been widely referenced in literature, educational programs, and artistic projects that celebrate the connection between nature and creativity. Its detailed carvings, inspired by British folklore and personal fantasy, reflect careful craftsmanship and a deep respect for the natural world. Number 1. The Manchineel Tree. Out of all the trees on this list, none are as terrifying as the Manchineel tree. While it may sound exaggerated, the truth is that nearly every part of this tree is capable of causing serious injury or death. For this reason, it is widely considered the most dangerous tree in the world. The Manchineel tree is found throughout the Caribbean and Central America, often growing along beaches. At a glance, it appears harmless, bearing small apple-like fruits that can look inviting to unsuspecting travelers. These fruits are extremely toxic. Eating even a small amount can cause intense burning in the mouth, severe swelling of the throat, and life-threatening reactions. The danger does not stop there. The tree's sap is highly poisonous and incredibly corrosive. If it comes into contact with skin or eyes, it can cause painful burns, permanent scarring, and even blindness. There have been numerous cases of people being injured simply by standing beneath a Manchineel tree during rainstorms, as water dripping from the leaves becomes contaminated with the toxic sap. Even burning the wood is dangerous. Inhaling the smoke can lead to serious respiratory damage and temporary or permanent vision loss. Touching the trunk or standing too close during windy conditions has also resulted in injuries. Because of these extreme hazards, the Manchineel tree holds a world record as the most dangerous tree on Earth. In many regions, locals mark these trees with red warning symbols or signs to prevent accidents. While they may blend in with other tropical plants, the Manchineel tree serves as a stark reminder that some of nature's most beautiful forms can also be the most deadly. If you enjoyed exploring these incredible wonders of nature, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more fascinating stories from our planet. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.